Welcome to the No Coup Podcast. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Tyler.
I'm Mike.
Olympic time.
Yes.
We mentioned last time the roster construction. I mentioned how negative I was about it. Kawhi left the team. They replaced it with Derek White, which was nice pickup. We didn't mention Jaylen Brown being salty about it. Do you want to talk about
that? Not really. No.
Right. Okay.
The Kawhi thing upset me more than like snubbing. I did think Jaylen Brown deserved to be on the team.
Yeah.
But Kawhi quitting it to me is what makes that situation look worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So, yeah.
If it was the injury and they replaced him with Derek White, you wouldn't have been upset. I mean, like, you think Jaylen Brown would have been upset?
I don't know. Probably still.
Okay. What about what else happened? Something else happened, I feel like.
I mean, KD came back.
KD did come back.
Right in time. They were his timeline for return was weird because Kawhi leaving for injury. I was expecting KD to kind of like get to a point if you're missing most of the tournament, you might as well do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept saying he was like day to day, pushing it back, and then first game he's ready.
Mm-hmm.
And boy was he ready.
He was ready. KD was absolutely sensational in the first game.
But I'm jumping ahead because the qualifiers did happen, and there was a lot of notes from the bonus, the warm-up games.
Yeah, the exhibition games.
The exhibition games.
Mm-hmm.
Any notes from the exhibition games before we touch on the opening game?
Any notes on US?
Yeah.
Not really. I do think it was very experimental. I think some guys played a lot more than they will play in the games. I think Bam took a lot of jump shots. Embiid had a lot more ISOs than I think he'll ever have in the real games. And I'm saying this after we've seen a game, but I think some of those, I think guys were trying more stuff. They were trying to see is Steph's better off ball or on ball, is Holiday better off ball, on ball, and I like that they were trying stuff. I didn't like the outcomes all the time, but given that they were experimenting a lot, I wasn't too mad about how they looked. But I did.
For the most part, I'm with you.
I will say I don't like that LeBron has to save us every game. Even in the exhibition games, I didn't want LeBron to be Superman every single game.
That wasn't a good look. But I didn't like. It's like exhibition games. You should be building good habits. Like the stuff you're experimenting as we're getting from exhibition 1 to 4 or 5. Yeah. Like some of that stuff should look better. You should have a better understanding of. My problem is all the stuff you said. What was it? 5 exhibition games?
4 or 5, yeah.
Did they really figure things out to any of the things you said?
By the 5th game, they didn't look any better than they did in the 2nd game.
That's my
first
problem.
Game was the worst.
Even in the past Olympics, like first of all, they've always taken the games, even the exhibition games, seriously. Yeah. Because obviously it's valuable experience to play together, but I just didn't see the progression game to game of like you said, for example, like understanding Steph should be off ball most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's obviously going to work with all these other guys who are capable of running the plays, initiating the plays. Embiid posting up is completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, forget the fact that it looks gross. You don't even need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we're satisfying Embiid still, first game to 5th game. No difference.
Yep. It felt Embiid playing felt forced a lot of times for me in the exhibition games.
Yes.
I mean playing at all felt forced. Obviously he should play, but the amount he played and the combinations he was out there, the lineups he was out there with, I was like, it looked like he was only out there because he had to be, because he was, the reigning American MVP.
Don't even get me started on that shit.
Yeah.
That's killing me, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. That's a dead horse at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, again, it's like there was no defensive habits being developed.
No.
LeBron, like the later games were close, and it was like pure LeBron backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the close stretches. I mean, all credit to LeBron, because he's been just, I mean, this episode, I don't know if I'll have a negative word to say about him, the way he's played.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
but
he's been great.
It's like, and Kobe set the tone back in the day. So it looks awesome to me.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of LeBron carrying the torch. But it's how the other guys haven't even like shown consistency in anything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other guys who have experience playing in the Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not showing at all.
Right.
So we get to the first game.
Okay. Tell me your thoughts on the first game.
Well, we got back a guy who has as much experience as anybody, KD.
Yeah, he was great.
And I've been
8 for 8 in the first half.
Yeah, 5 for 5 from 3. I mean, and he was the one. The game was pretty. They really had a tough time stopping Serbia until KD got in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I've been on record for years that his Olympic form is his best form.
Yeah.
Olympic KD. I mean, he carried them last time when they looked, almost worse than this.
Mm-hmm.
So KD, I knew would be up to the challenge. And it was really KD and LeBron were so overwhelmingly great.
Yeah.
That we couldn't get a good assessment.
Yeah, there's really no other assessment on anyone else on the team really to even have. I think, the big guys played pretty good defense. I could say that. I think they played good defense for at least the second half.
Mostly AD to me. I still didn't really like what I saw from Embiid and Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like you mentioned, Bam was still taking jumpers all day.
I know.
Like, why? It's insane. KD comes in, goes 5 for 5, and in the second half, Bam is stretching the floor.
Like, Bam is the biggest oddball on the team. He just doesn't fit at all to me. I know I'm
and
Bam
he's played
hater,
well because he's just like a good athlete. He could defend.
Yeah.
Like at times it works.
He's built to be a good basketball player. That's just
it just hasn't looked smooth because you haven't developed like the offense at all.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know if we talked about the starters on here, but I've always felt that AD should be in the starting lineup or at least playing more with the starters because I do think he's the guy. Like KD's obviously the easy fit guy on the team. He's one of the most easy fit players ever, obviously. Like no matter who your other four is out there, KD can come in and he doesn't hurt you. He only helps you. I think AD is the next best guy on the team we have now like that. He's going to block shots. He's going to get rebounds. He can score from anywhere on the court. So he is a good mismatch for them. And he was great. He was great overall. I just wish he played more in the first game. I think he will play more as the games go on.
Yeah, I agree. I think like any close game, if AD's out, if he's not out there, I'm going off on Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, LeBron obviously is going to be out there. KD will probably be out there as we get further.
Yeah.
And AD is really the only proven third guy to me. Beyond that, it kind of depends on the game.
Yeah. Depends on who's hot from the guards.
But AD is just so dominant defensively. Like, it just shows. It just shows all the time. With the other two guys, it doesn't show all the time.
He can make, and this is his third one, right? AD's third Olympics.
I believe
because he went as a rookie with the Kobe and those guys the
He
first
was
time.
there for 2012. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has a case that he could like make a case for the best defender in the world in this Olympics. To me,
Yes.
I don't think it's far fetched at all. I mean, we always talk about the possibility he could be. He's in the running for Defensive Player of the Year every year in the league just because he's just that dominant on defense.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he does, especially today. By the way, listeners, we're recording this at 11 before the South Sudan game,
Yeah.
so we're not going
going
to
to
talk about that
preview
game
that
at
a little
all.
bit.
Yeah. We'll preview it, but we haven't seen it. So by the time you're listening to this, it's been over. But we're not talking about it, so because we haven't seen it yet. So, but I think he'll be really big in that game. I expect him to be really big in this game because there's a lot of length and a lot of guys are very athletic and probably a little. I feel like Embiid will be in foul trouble in this game, in this Sudan game.
Let's not jump ahead.
I was going to say we have something to talk about. The guys who did not play in the first game.
Well, to me, I saw a lot of things in the Serbia game just like that I did like.
Okay, go ahead.
Ant and D Book kind of splitting the 6-man role.
Mm-hmm.
D Book kind of being the aggressive guard, shooter, and Ant kind of coming in as the two-way energy guy.
Yeah,
I do like that a lot.
Yep, I like that a lot. I was hoping that's what they did. Yeah, if you remember, I was hoping that's what they did. Booker is a perfect shooter. He's kind of the I don't mean this to disrespect either player, but he's the Clay placeholder in that offense. He's the shooter from anywhere. He moves, he spots up, he stretches the floor. If you hit him, he can hit it. If not, he's still out there doing the right thing. He doesn't make any mistakes really.
And he's played so much without the basketball. Even as a number one, he loves to play off ball. So this is a seamless fit for him.
Yep.
And Ant was one of the guys who did show me in the exhibition games that, I wouldn't be, he's probably the fourth guy that should be out there in the closing lineup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But early in this game, they struggled to match Serbia's physicality.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening is Serbia got a lot of good jumpers.
Yeah.
They just didn't hit them.
Mm-hmm.
And in the back of my mind, I'm like, look, even if Serbia is hitting these shots, you probably will win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But your next opponent almost beat you because they were hitting these same shots.
Yeah.
And this has been kind of the theme of the exhibition games that I'm worried about as we're getting into the games. Mm-hmm. It's like we're defending the basket and just allowing teams to shoot, which is like the only way a lot of these other teams could beat Team USA.
Yeah.
So to me, you're almost playing into their hand, overwhelmingly protecting the basket when you could be doing a better job matching up. You could be doing a better job cutting off pick and rolls. You could just be containing players better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't like that we have to talk about AD being like a must-have out there.
Mm-hmm. So because you want more out of the other players defensively, the other four guys defensively? Well, I mean, everyone on the team.
Yeah, and that's why this first Serbia game should have been a good sign. This was kind of a good first test of a team you should be able to guard, and you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really what separated the game.
Right.
You compare it to Germany beating Brazil, where they clearly put it in another gear defensively. I haven't seen that from Team USA.
But you believe we're capable of it, right?
That's the problem, is 5 exhibition games and now a real game. I don't know.
You know the big difference is Germany was capable of doing that with with any five. For us, it would have to be subs that would be us flipping the switch. We'd have to sub in like you said, AD would have to come in. I think Edwards has a switch. Durant has a switch. LeBron has a switch. But the next person, do they have a switch or would they just be out there? Holiday maybe. But then Then we kind of have a hard time scoring. So it is kind of tough.
It's been tough for Kerr to find a balance.
Yeah, it has.
And every Olympics I think back to, Team USA has been able to establish an identity very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, it's like, dude, LeBron has a bad game and we lose. Like, there's no scenario where so far where LeBron has a bad game and we could win the game.
So I think in these situations, especially in the ones in the past, the players you have to be doing what they do best while they're out there. And if Booker's not getting jump shots, he shouldn't be out there. If LeBron's not getting to the basket, making plays, he shouldn't be out there. If Durant's not getting jump shots, he shouldn't be out there. But right now, I feel like other than our starters, everyone else that's been coming in has been kind of trying to fill a different role and not necessarily just playing their game, which I don't know if they need to work harder to get guys into their positions that they like Steph. Like Steph's not getting a lot of jump shots off. I get that. Obviously, everyone in the world knows who Steph is, so they know how they're supposed to be guarding him. But why are they guarding him better than the NBA guards him? We know how to guard him too. We play him, 70 times a year, but the international guys somehow stopping him from getting jump shots off.
But it's the work ethic offensively to me.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm with you.
And I hate to Dennis Rodman called out Steve Kerr's coaching and that he's not doing shit basically.
This year?
Yeah, like a few weeks ago or recently.
Dennis Rodman?
Yes. This talking about the exhibition games. I think it might have been after the South Sudan game.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem, and he's saying he's just watching these guys shoot jumpers.
Yeah.
That part of the quote, I'm like, dude, a lot of your okay, the game is getting, let's say the other team makes some sort of run, takes momentum, and you're in a possession where you need just a good shot.
Uh-huh.
And all the time it ends up with somebody shooting a fucking three.
Mm-hmm.
When we need a basket, it should not be Drew Holiday taking a step back. There's no way.
Right.
Bam. There's no reason Bam should be taking a jumper when we're trying to get a basket.
There should be no offense in the playbook in which Bam taking a jump shot is an option. You have a first option, second option. Yeah. Bam should never have a jump shot as an option.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really, Holiday taking a three should never be an option.
And it's there's not a work ethic to get guys, like you said, to doing what they do best.
Right. It should be, and I know I know life isn't like a video game, but in these situations, you want the guys, my first option should be LeBron getting a dunk. Second option should be Steph getting a three. Third option should be KD getting a mid-range, because that's what they do. It shouldn't be anything outside of that. And to your point, I haven't seen them. I don't know if it's Kerr. I don't know if it's LeBron. I don't know if it's the players, but I don't see them getting guys into their favorite positions at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that the international teams scout us that well to stop us. They shouldn't be able to, at least. Shouldn't be. I mean, it's not that difficult.
It's just a lot of these other teams have much offensive and defensive chemistry that NBA teams have never even fathomed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it shows. You see them coordinating. You see teams defending us better as the games go on. And there's no nuance, no creativity. the fact that it's a struggle to get Steph a 3-pointer is insane.
And another thing is a lot of other teams have more role players, whereas like, yeah, it's Jokic out there, but then there's like 4 Drew Holidays out there with Jokic, and like all they do is, hey, maybe I get a shot, maybe I don't, but I'm gonna play really tough defense the whole time I'm out here. Like, we don't have a lineup where it's like that. You know, we may have 2 guys that really lock up and are okay not getting shots, but every other team, I would say, like at all times, has at least 3 guys like that. Like you look at Australia, Josh Green, Ingles, and Exum are out there just to like play hard defense, foul, play physical. Maybe you get a shot, maybe you don't.
Yeah,
but we don't have
every guard besides for France, besides Fournier, the other guards are exclusively 3 and D. No dribbles.
Exactly.
Like 3, maybe a cut here and there, and defense. That's it.
Yep. And we're the only team that doesn't have that, which is a luxury and a curse. You know, so we have to figure out a way where guys can step up and be different. That's one thing that made the older teams, like D Wade on the older teams, he's so good because he doesn't mind being even though he wasn't like a great 3-point shooter, he doesn't mind being just defensive player out there.
Yes.
He didn't mind stepping up, being the best defender. That's fine. We don't have
like guys are good enough to make an impact.
Yeah.
Like there's no excuse not to.
And this conversation we're having is exactly why Jaylen Brown wasn't the replacement. And why Derek White was the replacement, because Derek White is that guy. No disrespect, because we know Jaylen Brown's a better player, but Derek White is the perfect auxiliary guy you need when you have these kind of teams. Bro, he doesn't turn the ball over.
No matter how bullshit of a possession Team USA gets, he is flying back on defense.
He's flying back.
Flying. He's
leads all guards and blocks.
Never dribbling too much. Never.
Nope. Never taking a shot out of his character.
If he's wide open is he even taking a jumper or he's attacking. Because he knows I'm putting pressure on. Like he does the same thing for Boston. He's so important for them the same way.
Yep.
That's why a lot of people didn't take his words seriously. But Grant Hill explained it like the fit is just better.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes more sense for who White is. Like it's not a knock. Jalen's obviously incredible. Like similar to how you said it.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're watching, and Derek White doesn't even care if the team is playing great, if he's touching the ball, if he's regardless of what's going on, he's all over the place.
Yep. Okay, let's get to the real drama.
The real topic from this first game.
Tyrese Halliburton and Jason Tatum.
You could have just left Halliburton off the drama topic.
Neither of them are happy with their minutes. So,
well, as far as Halliburton goes, nobody cares. Let's be honest.
Some people do. Some people thought it was weird.
That's just ridiculous. Now I think going in real quick before we cover them specifically.
Yeah.
To say in advance, I'm only playing 10 guys. Like, Steve, why do you keep doing things that make me question your capabilities as a coach?
He said that before the game?
Yeah.
I missed that.
That was his explanation after. Like, I did make the plan to only play 10. Like,
no one else is doing that, are they?
Why is that a good idea?
Yeah, I don't get that at all. Especially when you got guys like Embiid, who's an injury away from being done for the, one fall away from being done for the whole Olympics. AD is one fall away from being done for the whole Olympics.
Dude, there's been a lot of stuff Steve Kerr has done that's just weird.
Yeah.
And this, to me, like, his response is what made it drama.
You think so?
Because he didn't own it.
Oh, you mean the 10 guys thing or not playing Tatum?
The not playing specifically Tatum. Nobody even asked him about Halliburton. Let's be honest.
I agree. I agree that he should have just manned up and just said, I just didn't
man up, bro.
Up.
Thank you.
Just straight up. I didn't see
like oh shit. Oh wait. He basically like realized it in real time when they asked him, like, oh dude, I'm so stupid. Like, guys, I messed up.
He pretended to.
Right.
But, he looked down and saw Tatum on the bench at some point. Obviously, like he knew he had Tatum there. But yeah, dude, I didn't like that either.
Put KD in. KD didn't miss.
Right.
KD didn't miss. Just say that. Listen, KD's an incredible player. I put him in. He didn't miss. My rotation changed. Even if that's not true, that makes sense.
And he could have been honest and said, hey, if I put Tatum in and he went for 8, Durant would have been sitting for the rest of the game too. Just plain and simple. That's a fact.
But
that is a fact.
He basically answered it like a guy who doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Because I mean, we've seen in the past, Melo would come in off the bench and not miss, and then somebody just didn't get back in the game. It was just plain and simple.
And that's fine.
It's fun.
Especially as a coach, Krzyzewski never backed down from his decisions.
No, he didn't at all.
Not once, bro. And this is when we were, talking about Steve Kerr not being the right guy. You need a guy to like. This is where the military background came in. Like, it helps so much.
Yeah.
Because that leadership, that confidence to like, yo, I'm doing what I'm doing, and like we gotta live or die with that.
Yeah.
That's where Steve Kerr has been at his worst. He's doing the like, I just want to make everyone happy.
Yep.
Like, Steve, it's not gonna work.
It's not.
And you have to have everybody embrace it. Winning, first of all, winning makes everybody happy.
Yeah. And winning is all that matters.
All he had to do was just embrace it and follow it up the way he did of like, depending on the matchups, he'll probably play against South Sudan. And like you said, it makes so much sense to be like, yo, Tatum comes in, he's hot, somebody else is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual decision of like Edwards and Booker coming in before Tatum, let's be honest, nobody's mad at that.
No.
I haven't seen a soul take like Tatum should have been in before so-and-so.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that either.
A soul hasn't. They've all just been like, Steve, you gotta find time to play him.
Right.
Like, it's only because he couldn't own up to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That definitely made it a lot worse than it was. I mean, because
nobody even talked about
as basketball players,
like all the sports shows didn't even give a fuck about the game. They just went straight to like Tatum not playing being the most important story.
Right. And none of them probably could commit to saying who Tatum is better than on the team. Like, who's Tatum that much better than that? He should have played before somebody else.
Tatum, Kerr coached the last one, right?
Mm-hmm. This is second.
Tatum was like their second best player.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was
it's
Tatum
not
and
like
KD
there's this
and Bam,
weird.
Right?
Yeah, when KD just carried the whole time, pretty much. But Tatum was the only other guy I remember having moments of playing well.
Yeah.
So there's not this weird like drama between Kerr and Tatum that some people think. Like, that's just silly.
I didn't see anyone taking it that far, but I figured somebody would. It's just not that serious. Tatum will probably play the next one.
Whatever you're doing, Kerr, even if it turns out to be wrong, just own that shit.
Yeah.
There's no other way to do this.
Yeah. And I mean, that's how you earn your respect as a coach. You make the decision, win or lose. It is what it is. But since you won this time, there's no reason to make any excuses.
Yes.
If they had lost, then maybe we say some stuff like that. But winning, I won the game. Who cares? That probably would have been my answer. I probably would have gotten in trouble. But
yeah, I would have been like,
Tatum
dude,
didn't play
did you see LeBron and KD out there? I mean, I didn't want to sub them out at all.
right.
They were dominating. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. Yep. And it probably will happen again.
It's funny that Halliburton's unhappy with his minutes, though. That's a good one.
Well, it'll probably happen again for both of them before the Olympics are over.
Halliburton, with Drew and Derek White on the team, Halliburton is not a spot for you, brother. I'm sorry. Like, you just don't fit.
I know. I'd run Booker at point before I put Halliburton in.
Yeah, because you don't need, like, if I needed to speed the game up, there could be a game where if, like, the game is too slow, maybe you give Halliburton a chance to speed it up.
Yeah.
Only team I could really see that being a problem against is Germany. But it's like, I don't even think that would be that significant of an issue. But it's just like Germany could slow it down and still play well. But anybody else, I mean, you're still, you just don't need Halliburton's strengths. That's really, I hate that it's like, it sounds like I'm hating on him completely, but it's just how the teams are playing. You just don't really need exactly what Halliburton brings.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. He doesn't bring you enough of the other stuff anyway.
Yeah.
For him to make up for it.
Yeah, he's not as versatile as the Boston guards either.
No, not at all.
It's a no-brainer.
Yep. Okay, so how much do you want to preview this South Sudan game? Based off the exhibition game, I really like how South Sudan plays. I love watching them play.
Shout out to Royal Ivy, dude. He is cooking up.
Yep, him and Luau Deng have done something amazing with this team. Carleague Jones, I'm really happy for him. G League MVP, doesn't really get a shot in the league. Not a shot to keep a roster spot. He found a place where they embrace him and they love him, and he's playing great for them. Dominant, actually, for them. Yeah. Winnie Gabriel, another guy, floated in the league for a little bit, didn't really get like a whole lot of opportunities, and then now he looks fantastic. He's hitting jump shots. I mean, he's one of the best defenders in the Olympics right now. And they have just a squad. Everyone on their team is inside and outside. Like, they could hit jumpers, and they're long. They finish. They're a lot of fun to watch. Regardless of this USA game, I really want to watch all their games. Yeah. They're can't miss, must watch TV.
Yeah. And all these games, man. The quality of for all the people who have struggled with like NBA, especially the regular season, and the quality of basketball being kind of sloppy. I mean, this is as competitive as it gets.
It is.
I mean, you're seeing it. I mean, every team that seems like they're not good has been battling. Japan, France has battled every game. I mean, Greece has battled every game.
Yep.
So it's been so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a different level of desire. You're playing for your country. You're not playing for your contract. You're playing with guys all on this with similar intentions, similar mission. You're playing for fans that are fans of you just because you're from where they're from. Like, Olympics is a special time. It's like the world's March Madness.
Yeah.
So.
And there's like a level of like national pride that is just. It's hard to get that through other things. Like, sports is such a good medium for that.
Yeah.
Because all the other potential mediums are, not doing a good job.
Yeah. What about other sports? Have you watched any other sports?
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of like all types of stuff. I've seen both men's and women's volleyball a lot.
Okay.
The volleyball, man, volleyball, like it's a lot of fun to watch. Like there's a lot of highlights.
It is.
There's a lot of like moments of like good saves and good finishes and stuff. So
It
it's
is.
a sport you don't really like. It's kind of obscure. I don't know if we've talked about this before.
What do you mean obscure?
Like volleyball is not as popular as you would kind of expect it to be, I think.
Well, it's because it's a feminine dominated sport. I mean, obviously there's men's volleyball, but the women's volleyball is the more popular of the two volleyballs. So, and that's never going to be, unfortunately. I like it, but
I've always thought volleyball was like a more fun sport than it's given credit for.
Absolutely. And college volleyball is super exciting.
Yeah.
The college volleyball championships, I watch those every year. I mean, it's really exciting. The spike is like the women's alley-oop. Like in volleyball. I mean, in volleyball period, that's their alley-oop.
No, and I love how they like sacrifice their body to like keep it going.
Yeah,
like, they'll have the wildest sacrifice just to keep playing. Like,
yeah.
But of course, as USA guys, I mean, Simone Biles is like must watch.
Absolutely. She got the most gymnastics medals ever. She just got the record yesterday.
She's just through a injury too, like an ankle injury, which I don't even know how you recover in gymnastics, where you have to be so physically perfect. How you can recover through an injury, or like push through. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yep, I met Simone Biles one time. Really cool. But
what about you? Have you seen anything else?
She's probably my favorite celebrity I've ever met, other than met Kobe once. Obviously, that's number one. She's second, though. Definitely second. Okay. I didn't watch volleyball this time because the last two times I watched like a lot of volleyball. So this time I've been making it a point to watch some of the other stuff. I watched, what is it? The kayaking.
Oh, really?
That was amazing. I'm sorry for the people. I don't know if that's the name. I don't know what like the real name of it was.
Yeah. Maybe
when they
rowing?
had to go through
I don't know.
No, it's not rowing, because rowing is a straight across the race. It was individual, and they had to go down through like the white water. They had like a set up water thing, and they have to go in through green. Then they have to go backwards through other like
that's cool.
Mediums. That was super cool. It's the first time I've seen that. I've been trying to watch stuff I haven't seen. That was cool. The shooting was awesome. The Korean women won the shooting. That was amazing because, like, I don't know. It was just, I guess it was just weird to see. It was just interesting because they have like the eye thing, and that was cool. I watched archery. That was interesting. I haven't watched archery before. I watched a lot of rugby this time.
Too. Yeah.
I've never watched any rugby before.
I love Olympics for that, dude. There's so many sports that just people are just not like, you just don't get a chance to watch.
I have no idea where to see what rugby in a normal, like on a daily basis. I have no idea where to watch rugby. But that was really cool. Trying to think, did I see anything else? I think that's it. Obviously, I watched the women's basketball. I watched some of the 3-on-3.
Oh, dude, both teams lost, right? The opening game.
Yeah.
My friend was explaining to me their rules are very fast paced.
They are, and I was just talking about that this morning. In 3-on-3, it's better. You're better off getting a shot clock violation than shooting a bad shot.
Yes.
If you take a bad shot, it's just a quick boom, boom, and it's a layup.
Yes, dude.
And the other thing is, if you have a mismatch, like in the women's, Haley Van Lith is a good player, good college basketball player, plays at TCU now, was at LSU last year. But she had a mismatch on like a center, and she's a guard. So she went at the center, didn't get it, shot a bad shot, but immediately now the center has a mismatch right away because now the center just caught it with Van Lith on her and just turned around and just laid it up. So like if you have a mismatch and you don't get a good shot off of it, you're immediately out of position because now you're immediately the mismatch. There's no getting back on D and switch, having time to switch, recover. So that, and you can't coach. They're not allowed to coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't in-game coach. You can only coach before and after the game, which is like, what's the point? So that's tough. You can't even make adjustments from your coach. The players have to really do the whole thing.
Bro, it's really pick up 3v3.
And times, like, sometimes a pickup game, the possession could be a good minute-long possession of people just trying to get buckets. But you have 12 seconds. They have 12 seconds, right?
Yeah.
It's quick, man. That's like 2 passes, 3 dribbles. You got to score.
I like that. I love it.
I like it too. It's just tough. It's tough, and we're having a hard time. Other thing is, we're the only country I've seen that really got positions. Like a lot of specifically in the women's one, Germany had 4 forwards. See, 4 small forwards.
Having positions in 3-on-3 is dumb.
I know, unless you have someone really bona fide at their position. But we had a guard, a power forward, a shooting guard, and we were getting exposed.
Bro, but like you said, you play 3 forwards. Now your guard is a weak link, every play.
Yep.
And so if your forwards could shoot, that's it. He's on the post. You got a double, or he's getting torched.
Yep. So that's stuff we have to take that seriously next time. I'm
curious after this first one how the selection process will change.
Yeah, I hope it does change. Just the second one.
Dude, that would be so. I would love to see some NBA guys be like, "Yo, I want to do this."
I mean, now Kawhi should have went to this. Kawhi should have went to the 3-on-3. Yeah, we could have taken Kyrie, Kawhi, Paul George.
Oh my God, bro.
And we'd be
We're
set.
not losing.
I don't care who the fourth. Yeah.
We're not losing.
Paul George is the perfect player.
Perfect.
Kawhi would be perfect. Kyrie would be unstoppable. I'm trying to think who would be the next best player that didn't go to the Olympics. Jaylen Brown.
Boom. You got a squad right there, bro.
That's it. We'd be set. But yeah, no, we took Jimmer and
yeah, dude. You have no idea how many times I've lost a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3, like a competitive one, because a guy takes a shot and stumbles, and now he can't play D for the next 2 seconds.
Right.
And that, to me, the fact that the rules are designed to really expose that. So now you have to get good shots. You really have to expose the mismatches well.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, dude. I love it. It's good for basketball to me.
And on the women's side, we took 2 WNBA players. Haley Van Lith is a college player, not even in the WNBA. And then one woman we have has just won the 3-on-3 championship a bunch of times. She's never played in the WNBA, but she's been when 3-on-3 was just a league before it went to the Olympics. Yeah. She has every championship in that. She's the best Hall of Fame for that, which I understand.
Call me a hater, but Haley Van Lith, there's not a better guard we could have got in college.
Yeah, of course.
In college, we couldn't get a better guard from college than Haley Van Lith.
Of course we could have, but we could have taken Juju. I think we should have taken the rookies. We should have taken Caitlin, Angel,
and Brink. Assuming she didn't get hurt.
Yeah, Brink or Rakia Jackson was the 3rd pick. She's fantastic. She's a forward, inside, outside. Caitlin would have been flawless. Caitlin and Angel alone, it really wouldn't have mattered who else we had because both of them would have been unstoppable.
They're perfect for each other, especially in a 3-on-3. They would play off each other so well.
Yeah, and I keep the 3-on-3 lady who wins all the time. I think her name is Burdick. I don't want to just call her the 3-on-3 lady. I forgot her name, but those three and somebody else. But it's not over. We can still win it, but it's
Dude, basketball's in a good place with 3-on-3 getting more popular and TBT also going on right now. I know it's Olympics are a little distracting, but that's been a lot of fun too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I watched. Obviously, I've seen some swimming. I watched the gymnastics yesterday, but
who was the surprise? Who was the surprise winner in the swimming? Like day 1 or 2, I remember.
I don't remember their name, but it was a surprise because we had someone in there that we thought was the favorite, and then I don't remember their names. I gotta look that up later. But yeah, it was exciting because swimming, that photo finish at the end is so. The first touch is so tough because you're like really reaching, and your wingspan can win it for you. Like it's not like in running where you just get the chest over or something like that. You have to just whoever reaches the furthest gets it. So it's tough when it gets close. You never know what happens.
In real time, watching it, you're so like you're sitting there like review, tell me, like show me again right away.
Yeah. Yep. There was one other thing I watched. Man, it'll come back to me. I watched something else, but I can't remember right now. But it's been exciting. It's been really, really, really exciting. Breakdancing is coming up. That's going to be crazy. Track is coming up.
Track I've always watched. Track has always been a lot of fun. I'll tell you I like that they're saving I watched. It. I'll tell you something I watched that I don't think is fun to watch, at least. What? Doubles tennis.
Doubles tennis, yeah.
Doubles tennis. I've watched tennis watch. Playing is fun because you're moving less, so it's more about the technique anyway. And I like the struggle of like playing to the net and playing back and figuring out like how to do that. But watching it is just like repetitive to me. Like it doesn't. It's not exciting enough.
It's so fast. It's and it's over. Like point.
And if the net guy is like big, he just like dominates. Like he reaches everything, and it, like you said, it's just lightning quick back and forth.
It is, yeah. I did catch some of that, and it doesn't beat singles at all. I don't know how people would prefer
singles is just like it's so entertaining, even if I don't know the players. But doubles,
all you need to know is one of them, and it's
I can't get into it.
Class. Yeah. Singles has been exciting so far. The coverage on it hasn't been very good though.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch. I know I wanted to because Nadal is in it, right? Nadal last minute.
Djokovic got Nadal out of here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They played, I think, was the second round? Djokovic beat him.
Missed it.
That was bittersweet though, because like, it's like the Talladega Nights thing. You want the best guy to beat you, because it's Nadal's last go round. So like, of course, he would want better to lose to Djokovic than lose to like unseeded, just some dude. They are now 31-29. Their record against each other.
They're head to head.
Yeah, Djokovic is 31, Nadal is 29.
Dude, that's fire.
Nadal could have tied it up 30-30 had he won. But
I mean, look. I mean, Djokovic career-wise is better to me, so it's like cool that he's got a little edge head to head.
It was tough because they're in French, though. They're in France. This is supposed to be Nadal's.
That's probably a big reason why he was in it.
Yeah,
had to push through for the local one.
Yeah,
dude, I was watching the France game, dude. Watching the basketball game in France. I mean, for those who saw, they were in a nail biter the whole way. And oh my god, their country was just going crazy for their buckets, dude.
Yeah, they have brought a great crowd, fantastic crowd.
A lot of the events, the atmosphere has been great.
It has, yeah. If you get a chance to look up I'm gonna look up the name of that thing. If you get a chance to look up the kayaking, you gotta check it out. It was really like I'm mad. I'm mad. This is the first time I've seen it. Let's see. Cycling, soccer, diving, surf. Oh, I watched some surfing too, but I really didn't know what was going on. So
yeah, I have no idea how they would like score that.
Yeah, I gotta
literally. I don't think I've touched a surfboard in my
life. I've tried to surf. I'm not good. It's not my thing. But I the scoring. The scoring is what I didn't understand at all. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so was that good? Like they're alive. Was that good?
Right. Like they made it out. Like that's what else is the goal?
Yeah. Canoeing. Yeah, canoeing. The canoe sprint.
Oh, they have like a sprint canoe. I like that.
Yeah, the canoeing and kayaking sprints. Yeah. Single. I watched the women's kayak single and the women's kayak cross. That's what I watched. Yeah, because I don't know when the men's was. I must have missed the men's, but I watched the women's one.
Dude, I could not forget. Like I'm grew up a team sports guy. Individual sports that you gotta represent in the Olympics. Oh my God,
it's tough.
That pressure is crazy.
Have you seen the shooting, the Korean shooter girl that like that's going viral for looking so cool?
A little bit, yeah.
She actually came in second. People really? She's getting hyped. Yeah, she's getting hyped because one of her shots was the record. But she lost to her teammate that actually shot better at the end. So she's getting hyped. It sucks that she's getting hyped because she did look cooler, but her other teammate, like she would be. I know it sucks because she did look cool, but the other teammate is so unassuming. She had like the rosy cheeks. She had glasses. Like she really wore glasses, not the shooting glasses. She really wore glasses. She looks like a little schoolgirl when she got her medal. She was smiling. She's one of the best sharpshooters in the world. That's like they have to make a movie out of that. You find these Korean teenagers that are the most deadly shooters on the planet. And it's pretty cool though. It's fun. That was fun to watch. First time watching that also. So, I'll tell you what I'm not watching is cycling this year. I'm not watching.
Never been a cycling guy.
I'm sorry, bikers, cyclers out there. That's by far the most boring thing in the Olympics. By far.
Maybe I got a personal gripe because so many bikers irritate me on the road.
Possible.
That I got like a negative connotation associated with anything with cycling.
Yeah. I think it belongs.
Yeah.
It's just I just don't want to see it. Sorry.
There's just like a lot of sports, just the viewing of it. You have to love the sport. Like it's not really just made for like casual viewing.
Right. Yeah. And there's just not enough art in the cycling for me. So again, sorry to the people. You can't do tricks. Like I'm not really with it. You just riding. Just whoever has the best endurance is not really that fun for me as a sport. Endurance sports.
I actually like in the Winter Olympics when they do the walk, like the eternal walk.
Yeah.
That's on like skis and stuff. And that's entertaining to me because that's a struggle.
That is interesting. Yeah, that is really interesting.
And they do shooting, right? Like they'll stop. I know, like they'll stop and shoot. I'm like, that is insane.
Mm-hmm.
To get your breathing, I'd waste the whole mag missing.
Right. Yeah. All right. We have anything else?
No, I'm excited, man. The basketball tournament is heating up.
It is. In the women's tournament, we're like more overwhelming favorites, but the other games have been also very exciting. You know, I'm not saying we're automatically going to win gold in the U.S., but whoever's competing for second place is going to be a good competition from what I've seen. If we win gold,
yeah. I will say, quick note on the basketball, and this is like an all-around note for as far as how the officiating has been.
Yeah,
bro, the way they've just not called the swipes, like the people that are forcing the sweep through like the hack, like the hack. They've just not called it. Like they just ignored it. They treat it as like stupid contact that you're not getting a call for. Bro, I pray they translate that to the league.
You like that? You don't like
Hell yes, dude.
Okay.
I need that shit to die. The just forcing contact to just force the ref to make a call. I hate that.
I gotcha. That's fair.
And it's been all the NBA guys. Embiid. It's been both of the Wagner guys. It's been Schroeder tried it once. Fournier has tried it a bunch. Like, dude, you guys are not getting the call.
Yeah, I saw the Wagners try it a lot. They try to draw the fouls a lot because they're really not that athletic, so they do try to get the bump and grind. Yeah, they have been very lenient overall. I mean, the moving picks. They don't call any moving picks. Bam is in heaven.
Physicality alive.
Bam is in heaven right now with the moving picks, because Jock Lando has been laying people out on picks. They haven't been calling at all.
Jock Lando has been eating. After the tournament, I'm going to shout out because there's been a lot of guys hooping in this tournament.
Well, is he on a roster right now?
Phoenix re-signed him.
Phoenix or Houston? Did he go to Phoenix?
Houston. Could be Houston.
Yeah, because I remember
he could be in Houston.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, let's see what happens next year. He may get some minutes.
He should be on a roster.
Yeah, he's a good backup. Really solid backup. Those Australians, they get a good backup center. Baines, Bogut, they're good for a backup center.
Australians know how to screen, bro. They all screen like shit.
Yeah, they do. They are usually built. They have a build to them. The Australians, they're like they're brolic. A lot of them, the bigs. Yeah, even Giddey has a funny structure for his size.
Yeah. Who's the guy that got traded that you don't like?
Ingles.
No, Ingles has been around forever. Younger guy.
I don't like Ingles either.
Yeah, I know that. But Ingles is old. Got traded for DeJounte Daniels.
Oh, Dyson Daniels, yeah. He's the only thin one that they have on the team.
He's got a weird, slender frame, too. That's a little it's like not a normal slender frame.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It looks disproportionate.
Yeah, sometimes. Like he's swole, but he's not. I can't explain it.
Exum, too. Exum's torso is bigger than like his arms. His arms don't match his torso. Like it looks like he would be bigger in his arms because of how his torso is. But yeah. All right. Thank you for listening as always. We'll keep talking about the Olympics. It's been fantastic. If you're not watching it, make sure you watch it. Everything is on Peacock or some of the other channels if you feel like surfing the channels. And we will talk to you guys next time.